Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Follow a Sketch February. Today I am catching up. I am bringing you sketch number 11, which would have been from yesterday. And this sketch shows some numbers going up the side. It looks like it might be matted with a frame, some journaling, one larger picture with a smaller maybe journaling box or photo, and then embellishments going along the bottom. This was created by Karen Gerber from Sketchabilities, and I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do with it. So for today, I am going to be scrapbooking actually from last night, our Super Bowl information. So last night, if you were watching, the Kansas City Chiefs did win, and we have our family every year. My dad puts together the board, and we don't have to pay in, but he pays out. So this year we had 4 quarters for everybody in the family, got a couple squares. They send it out, and then we have this big group text that's going on, and we're all watching the game as the game's going on, razzing each other about who's winning or losing. And because it had the numbers going up the side, I thought it was really fitting for the sketch. Because again, I like using the sketches a little bit more literally than probably most people. So I do have, then in kits that I made, I have some football paper that I have. And then also I grabbed out some of my football embellishments to kind of pick through, but I have some. These were left over from the boys when they were playing football this year. I also grabbed out these Simple Stories. These are from the Simple Vintage Essentials collection, and I liked, and this is what made me think of it, is these numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and use these rub-ons to do the 1 through 5 down the side. I did pull out the stitching. I don't know if this is something I want to throw on there or not. I used it yesterday, so I thought, yeah, I'll just throw it in. And let me go ahead and see what I've got for background. Now, I was thinking this background would be really good because it's like a print that looks like football. And then maybe I can go ahead and put it on this paper maybe. The back side is, yeah, I've got 2 sheets of it, so I'm okay with using one of those and gutting it out. But let me just double check and see if there's anything else that I would prefer. I also have these helmets, and on the back side it's just plain navy blue, and if I gutted it, I could use the inside for matting my photos. Let's go ahead and do that. I kind of like it when I can get more bang for my buck. And so by being able to gut the inside and then being able to use that for the matting will help. And then we do have the cut-aparts. Oh, I do have a football one, but I think, do I want to go football? I can't use the other side for matting, though. I am going to go with the football helmets only because it's a little bit more color and we still get the idea. And then I could, like I said, I can use the gutted inside for matting these 2 photos. So let's go ahead and start with building it up. And I'm just going to take the branding strip off. And normally I do a 1-inch, but I think today I'm going to do a 2-inch and make my gutted out a little bit smaller, only because then I've got more of the football helmets showing. And I don't really have I'm going to talk about Mom and Dad doing this every year. They have it for the kids, the grandkids, and for those who are engaged and soon to be part of the family, they are in. And then like the great grandkids all shared a square for each family. So like Everett had his own. Dylan Carter and Preston would have shared a square. So but it just gives them something fun to root for and hope that they win a little money. And it wasn't actually little money. Mom and Dad were giving away $50 per quarter. So yeah, and then the only trauma was at the end, when they went into overtime. My daughter thought she was going to win the fourth quarter, but technically the pool for the fourth quarter ends with the finish of the game and the final score. So she got her hopes up thinking she was getting $50, only for it to be deflated and find out her younger cousin actually won. So, but she'll get over it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take the branding strip plus, normally I go 1/2 inch. I'm going to go 1 inch. I'll start with that and see. That should give a 1/2 inch on each side instead of on my normal 1/4 inch. I can always take a little more off. Oops, sorry, my light switch. I can take a little bit more off if I need to. Again, I'm doing this on my lunch hour, so if you hear my Alexa alarm go off, then I'm going to stop the video and finish it up after or on break or something. But I'm thinking this one's going to go pretty quick. There's really not a whole lot to it. I was trying to find, I had football embellishments. I cannot find them at all. Okay, yeah, that leaves me more than enough. You get the idea that the frame in the background is football helmets, and that's basically all I wanted was that. And so now what we're going to do is go ahead and let's mat the photos using this back side. And I just want a thin border. That way there's enough room for this one too. All right. And here we go with this one. So we have that, and then we will mat this one. And this way we can kind of get an idea of where the pictures are going to go. So I can get an idea of where we're going to put the rub-ons. This is one of those stories I don't think I've ever documented. So it's, normally I wouldn't be documenting about the Super Bowl. I have documented about the Super Bowl, but that was when I was actually flying and was able to go to down to Dallas for a flight I worked. But this is something different. This is actually our family and how we get together and celebrate. And so I'm thinking for this, it's a little bit different and something that I really want to get the story told, because it's something to do with my dad. And again, you have those health scares and all of a sudden you're like, we really need to appreciate them a little bit more. Not that we didn't before, but these are the important stories that you want to get down on paper that you don't want to forget. And, even though I won't forget them, as my kids get older or the grandkids get older, it might be something that they forget. And when they go into my album, now they'll be able to read the story about how Grandpa did the football board every year and they gave money away. And it's got the drawing that he does, because he draws out the squares. He decorated it. He made little football helmets and footballs and the whole 9 yards. And so that, to me, is an important thing to show. Okay, now I gotta just see where this one's gonna go. I think it needs to come down. I'm not pushing down hard. You'll find with rub-ons, if they're good rub-ons, they're sticky before they dry out. And if they touch something, sometimes they'll adhere to the paper when you don't want them to. So that's why I made sure I had them where I wanted them before I actually pushed down on the rub-on itself. So now I'm just going to go and take, it came with a popsicle stick. You can use an embossing tool, popsicle stick, credit card, whatever you have. You just want something that's firm that you can use to rub up the design onto your paper. And all you're doing is by rubbing on it, you're having the rub-on attached to, release from the backing paper and attached to the actual layout. These do dry out, so this is something that you do want to use. You don't want to leave it in your stash and then, you know, not come back to it years later, you know, for years, because then you'll find that you wasted your money on it. So then what I do is I grab one of the ends and I just start peeling it up. And if it looks like it's not releasing, I lay it back down again and rub it some more with my popsicle stick and keep going all the way up the side until I have it come off. And you can see that I just kind of, as I go up, I just keep rubbing it, peeking, rubbing it, peeking. And then what's cool about these Simple Story ones is they are kind of distressed. So this is one of those that if it didn't come off perfect, it's okay, because it's supposed to have that distressed look anyways, and no one's going to know that it wasn't part of the actual rub-on design. But so that one came off clear. So let's go ahead and do this one. Again, just going all the way up and down the whole thing. Making sure that you get all the elements rubbed. It just takes a few minutes. Sometimes you can also see, like where it's darker, you can actually see where it will change colors and get lighter because it's releasing from the backing paper. And so it will kind of change colors to show that it's released, so you know that it's working. And you just make your way up the side. Like here, I can really tell that it's releasing to the paper or from the backing on this, like at the top here. So I'm just going to go back over a few of the sections that don't look like it released. Okay, now we're just going to slowly go up again. And it's just got like just a couple little sections that it seems like it's not wanting to come off. But once I go back over it again and rub, now it's adhering pretty good. And I can tell the Simple Story ones are way different than 49 and Market. 49 and Market come off like butter, especially when they're newer. But you can tell that when they've been sitting a while, how they kind of will change. Alexa, pause. All right, so I don't know that. Alexa, end. So my alarm just went off. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. We've got it started here. So when I come back from work at the end of the day, we'll just go ahead and continue on with this. You won't notice anything, but I'll have been working. And I'm thinking I might add maybe some more like letters or something. I'm not positive if I want to add more to it or if I just want to leave it as is and then just go with the embellishments, because technically the only thing they had was it down the side, and I've got that now. So, all right, everybody, be back in a little bit. You'll see a short pause, and we will be back to finish this layout. Be right back. All righty, that went quick for you guys and forever for me. Work is done. So we're going to go ahead and continue on with our layout. So again, we have the pictures are going to go like this, and then in the sketch they had some banners and some other larger embellishments coming down here. So what I pulled out was these tags that were from Nicole Jones in her digital embellishments. And I thought what I could do, because I think of football as having tickets to get in, so I thought what I could do is just go ahead and cut some of these to be the banners across the bottom, and then I can layer in the different embellishments to kind of create that bottom cluster. And I'm going to go up just a little bit because of all the embellishments that are going to go on the bottom. So let's first start, and I'm just overlapping a little bit. I want to be able to tell what the numbers are, but just have it a little bit overlapped here. And I still want to see the score of the game. All right, so there we go. We got Travis Kelce on there. And then, like I said, I pulled out all of these different stickers. Now what we could do is, I've got this one here, it just says football. So we could go ahead and I don't want to cover up too much of Dad's writing, but I do like having it come off of here. And then, like I said, we're going to go ahead and we can have like this one here, just says American football. We'll go ahead and put that. And then play like champs. You can tuck that in. I think I'm going to go underneath a little bit, and I'm just kind of overlapping, and then I'm going to put those tickets in underneath. So I just want a little bit like hut. It's like maybe one or two more extra points, end zone. These I'm going to turn sideways and have them more like a banner. All right, maybe like I don't know if I can get one more. I think that's good. So then I just need to go and stick a few of these. Just got to make sure I have the white off of it. Nicole Jones has these on her, if you go onto her YouTube, in her description, she usually has a link to her store, so you can go in and actually check out her digital files that you can get. I like them. I use like a lot of her tabs and things like that, I have found. And things like these tickets, to me, are something that you can use over and over. If you watch Moira O'Reilly, she uses a lot of her digital prints as well, like flowers, tags, things like that. And what's nice about it is they're very inexpensive. She does a lot of sales, and then you can go in and print them over and over again. Also, Moira is on Nicole's design team. So if you go to Moira O'Reilly's YouTube channel, you can also go and get her link. And I believe she's got a coupon code that you would be able to use as well. And I'm just going to add a couple more of these. Like I said, I'm just, I see a little bit of white, and so I'm just trying to clean them up just a little. Yeah, I'm going to put that one there. I may see if I have, I pulled out more of the red. I might see if I have more of a hunter green to match the helmets. I do have another red one. I have these, which is just a different style. So maybe we can fill in a couple of the spots here. And I'm probably going to need to go in and add a more adhesive to these stickers and stuff, just so they stay down. And almost done here. So how many of you guys watched the Super Bowl if you're in the US? And who were you rooting for? Did you want the 49ers, or do you want Kansas City Chiefs and Team Taylor Swift? I was rooting for Kansas City. I kind of like them, and I'm in the Midwest, so I liked rooting for a Midwest team. And let's see here. I'll just do a couple more. So I think I just need a couple to fill in, and then having these ones that have the little torn edge will give it just a little bit of a different look. And I may have, I don't know if I put them away or not, I may have some stars, wood veneer stars. I'll have to look and see if I've got those on my desk still. I think I do. Yep, I do. So maybe we can add a little bit of wood veneer in here. The other thing I'm going to do is grab that kit. I think the Essentials kit might have maybe a generic title. We'll see if we can find something that we can do. Otherwise, I'm not one that's real big on titles. So if I don't have a title on it, I'm not really that concerned. My concern is more the story about, you know, about the football squares themselves, and not necessarily about there we go. Yeah, so it's not necessarily, I'm not as concerned about, you know, having the title as much as the story about my dad doing the football squares, and this being something that they do every Super Bowl. And it's kind of like one of those things that my family looks forward to. Another thing that my mom and dad do is, like, on the different holidays, they do bingo. But again, Mom doesn't make you buy your card. Mom plays so many rounds and has little envelopes, and you win your bingo prize of cash. And so the grandkids like, you know, being able to occasionally walk away with, you know, a few bucks. And even the big kids, like my husband, are all about getting a few extra dollars in their pocket. So I'll write down who won. So the winners, my son won, Kevin, who's got the newest baby. Kevin won 50. And my brother-in-law, Mike, won 50. My other brother-in-law, Steve, won 50. And my nephew, Austin, was the one that got the 50 for my daughter, because she really thought she had the score at the end of the game. So she thought she was going to have 50 bucks, and then Grandma sends the text and says, no, it's not the end of the fourth quarter, it's end of game. And so she was like all bummed because she watched $50 come and $50 go. But that's how, if you ever do the football pools, that's how most pools work anyways, is that they will go, and the last quarter, you don't end on a tie. So if it goes into overtime, you're not adding an extra more money onto the pool. It's the end score on the game. So, yep. Sorry, kiddo, get over it. And I think my little Austin he lives in California where cost of living is like a fortune, so good for him to get some money. They always laugh because I think Austin wins every year. And so they think it's rigged by Grandma and Grandpa because, you know, Austin wins again. We just laugh. And because he's a digital artist and works on like video games, and he's done some work for like Disney and things like that. So the kids all tease him and call Austin Hollywood. So yes, Hollywood won, and we're happy for him. And he would be the baby of the family as far as the cousins go. He's the littlest. These tags, I'm just ripping in half because they're hanging down, and I'm kind of trying to keep it lower than this. So by cutting them in half, I can actually get them in under a little bit more. Now the sketch didn't call for it, but I have these two left. And so I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and stick them up in here underneath the photo as another little cluster. And once I look for the wood veneers, I think all that will be left is I will do my journaling up here like the sketch had, and just talking about the, you know, the football pool, and maybe I can put the winners and the scores on here as well. So I'll just go like that. And I don't know why I just trimmed both sides, because only the one side's showing, and actually that side looks better. So I don't need to do both sides on this one either. Now, if you had a small enough hole punch, you could probably hole punch in here too. I just don't have a mini one. I only have a bigger one. So I'm just going to add a little adhesive and overlap them. And we'll get this tucked under. Okay, so I'm happy with that. And, you know, I have these other 49 in Market that look like string. And I think what I'm going to do is maybe see if I can rub on to the rub-on. And run it just down the numbers. I think that look kind of cool. Hopefully I'm not going to ruin it, because then I will be sad. And you'll know not to put rub-ons on rub-ons, but I think I can do it. I think I've done it before. We shall soon find out in just a moment. Yeah, it's gonna work. Yay! That's kind of cool. So it just looks like it was stitched over the top. Gives it more of that like rugged, football-y look. All right, and I'm gonna put these away. And actually, I'm going to do something else, and it might not make sense to some people, but when you're doing football, they do X's and O's when they're doing the plays, and there's X's in here, and I think I'm just going to kind of get that look, the look of the X's and O's in a couple spots with just the X's. It's like maybe put it like right here. I think soccer, if you guys have, or what you guys call football in Europe, I think the coaches do the same thing. Like when they're mapping out the plays for the team, they use X's and O's to represent the players and to strategize. So I know we do it in football. So I think having those little X's in there kind of represents that kind of that look that a coach would do when they're coaching the team. And let me add a couple. I'm just going to add a couple more up here. And that should be good enough for that. And where did I put my toothpick? There it is. Okay, so we have our X's, kind of gives it that look, and then I do have in here, I think some stars, maybe. I know I've got arrows and hearts. Nope, no stars. I do have some enamel dots in brown. I think those just blend in. I think I'm just going to stick with the X's then. All right, we're going to call this one done. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me and, you know, following this sketch. Again, this is sketch number 10. I will try and get sketch number 11 done later today, so it might come up late tonight before I go to bed. And that way I'll be caught up with at least through today. You know, I never guarantee anything because of work and life. But if I can, I've been really trying to get a little bit more out on my channel, at least for now. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you so much. Make sure you check out everyone who's playing along over on Sandy's group, Scrapping Reflections. And again, look for the sketch, this one, sketch number 10. In the comments, you can see everyone who is playing along. They're uploading their layouts to the comment section of each of the sketches, where you can get a ton of inspiration. And if you have an opportunity, check out Nicole Jones. She's got her digital prints, ton of things on her page that you can buy and then fussy cut out to use as embellishments. And the only thing that I recommend is something I learned, I think it was from Tracy Reed in one of the classes I had taken, is you don't have to have a fancy printer. You just have to have good paper. And so I found that if you use the cover cardstock, the white, so like the Nina cover cardstock is one with a heavier weight, and they print out great, and I haven't had any problems with them, and I've got a cheap printer. So anyways, thank you so much for stopping by. I will see you again on my channel real soon, and have a great day. Bye.